But that doesn't affect this. Because of it's not... Okay, -3. Whatever, let's go.
It's a dexterity. Okay. I can tell you right now that it is a partial failure. Allowing
then I'm
you...
going to use my specialist ability, my engineer ability to try again. I don't remember if I have to take this result. I think it's literally just worse you don't, yeah. So I might as well try again. Dex -3. See, that's the thing, it's Dex, so it's actually, it's like way worse than the -3 on my end. Yeah, well,
slightly worse.
So whatever.
So more or less, you second guess your option, but it doesn't. You're like, nah, fuck it. So what happens is you're able to stop the shit. So you guys are in the elevator. The doors start to open up, and as the doors start to open up, both of you kind of like stop dancing, and there's like that moment where both of you stop dancing. You kind of like toss like a glance at each other, like we'll never speak of this. And as you toss that glance at each other, both of you make me an evasion save. Oh! Oh, Jesus Christ, I have to fix my chair. I fell backwards. I have to fix my chair.
Roll an evasion save, Scott.
Yeah, I know. I semi-failed. So I have to fix my goddamn chair. I'll deal with it later. So you guys both succeeded, which is amazing. So what happens is all of a sudden there's this huge lurch forward, and both of you go flying head first out of this goddamn elevator. Now, what could have happened would have been very bad, but we don't have to worry about that because both of you guys succeeded and succeeded pretty well. Lena, what you do is as you go flying forward, you're actually extremely acrobatic. You're very nimble. You're good at getting yourself in and out of shitty situations. You're like the rogue of the group. You literally, as you're lurching forward, you tuck yourself in and turn it into like a somersault. So it's not the most graceful thing in the world, but you do lie there on the ground on your back for a second and can roll over and stand yourself back up. But it was mostly a somersault, so you're good to go. James, so it's semi-graceful, you know what I mean? James, what you do is as you go lurching forward, you go and you clip your shoulder on the side of the elevator door, but are able to grab the actual elevator door with your arm, and you get pulled with just the G-forces through the elevator, and oh god, you felt it in your shoulder, and damn did that fucking hurt. But you're able to hold yourself mostly standing, kind of crouch down a little bit, and stand yourself up with like I'm gonna feel that in the next couple days. You know, in your shoulder, just an uncomfortable feeling right there. My chair is an uncomfortable feeling at the moment. You have no idea. It's like, look at the back is all the way down. It's like way back. I can't fix it at the moment. So I'm swinging my legs at the moment. This is hilarious. I'm a tall person swinging my legs because my chair is like this. So anyways, as you go flying through, you're able to catch yourself, both of you guys, not taking any damage, thank God, and not flying into any computers. Thank God, as the doors open and that happens.
Oh, that would have been horrible.
Ollie, as this goes, you're going like this, and their plan is to go boom. You all of a sudden they go like this and go into you stop thrusters and go backwards down a bit, but they do still hit you.
They scrape.
They hit the fucking nose of your ship, nose to nose of the ship, which completely throws the way that your ship is aligned off. Yeah. Your entire belly of weapons, which are already planned to go off anyways, those are able to be fired, and they're going to shoot up. We're going to get to that in 1 second. But the nose of your ship gets some serious fucking damage. All of a sudden, you see like
that in the ship too.
Huh? No. I'm going to get that. Oh, it's more than a creak. So all of a sudden, you see on the display up there, the whole fucking front of the ship is not blinking, so it's usually like a dark blue, which means shields, and then a dark green, which means, and then like a fluorescent green, which means that shields are gone, but the ship is fully intact, and then it moves its way from like green to yellow to orange to red to black. Black meaning it's not there. It's a deep fucking red for the entire nose of the ship, deep fucking red, which means there is no analysis of this right now. The amount of damage is so fucking bad, because what you guys hear is a loud like and scraping along as the metals are hitting each other, as this huge slam. The entire thing gets lurched and thrown around. You guys look about you where you kind of caught each other. People are getting thrown from where they were standing, the areas they're in. On the bridge itself, several of the people around the bridge get thrown from their seats onto the grounds because maybe they weren't buckled in, whatever the case may be. One thing that you do notice, one thing that does catch your eye, is the captain is in fact still fucking standing. The fact that he was able to continue standing despite what just fucking happened.
He does have augmented legs. He's just fucking like pinned himself there with his robot legs.
So you guys, this whole fucking thing just gets fucked up in the front, but then all of the bottom weapons, all of your Guardian systems able to shoot forward and catch it. And because the trajectory was thrown off, sadly, almost all the weapons on the nose, the forward blasting ones, almost all of them do miss because they fired off at the wrong time, the wrong millisecond. But some of them are able to clip. You damage the bottom of their ship a ridiculous amount. Actually, you blast holes into the bottom of their ship because of what you just did. Their ship is now kind of like putting along, and your own nose, all of your sensors, everything is kind of like thrown off for the moment. You guys have to quickly do a thing. The lead pilot looks down at you and he's like, "The fuck, Rockwell!" And like he actually swears for the first time in this scenario, and then hits his button to pull the commands back up to you. All colors go back to normal, and he immediately starts trying to do this. And you hear people kind of like climbing back into their seats and trying to shuttle analysis of how things are. There's a bunch of chaos going on as people are shouting back and forth at one another. And the captain looks, he's like, "Scan of the ship now, now, now!" And then all of a sudden, a display goes up on the screen of how their ship looks, of the way theirs does. He's like, There's a breach in the hull. Is anybody down by a transport ship? Is anybody down there? And so there's you guys hear that, and then he says that, and they're like, I don't think so, sir. He presses a button over by the nearest armchair that he can get himself to, the nearest chair he can get himself to. He's like, "This is the captain speaking. I need people in the transport area now. There's a breach in their hull. I need boarders now, now."
I'd probably just toss a glance at Lena and then immediately book it back to the elevator.
Okay? Yeah. You actually, because you had held yourself into it, you can literally hold out an arm and grab Lena and pull her back in. As she was kind of like pulling herself up, you grab her and throw her back in, hit that button. There's no music playing now. It's like, ow, ow,
I don't think we're in the mood for music anymore, so that's okay.
Yeah. Both of you guys are in there listening to that thing. Both of you guys are actually okay. You can like look at yourself like, "Oh God, my fucking shoulder hurts." She's like, "Damn, my knee, that really did not feel good." But you guys are fine. The elevator finally goes and makes its way back down. Door opens up. The hole's still perfectly intact down here. Isn't that wonderful? And immediately make your way over to the shuttle. As you guys make your way over to the shuttle, you do see that what was down in the hull area is Private Johnson. Private Johnson is down there as well. He's actually over by the lockers. He just grabbed his pistol, and he's literally grabbing an assault rifle and throwing it onto his back. And he looks over at you guys as you're making your way to the ship.
So you're saying there's a Johnson just out in the open like that?
There's a Johnson just hanging around with his gun in his hands.
Good to know. I toss a glance at Lena and then ask, "Do you know how to fly one of those things?"
Yes.
Good. Let's go.
You guys don't seem to say anything to him, so Johnson starts booking it across the area that you guys are in, the hangar area that you guys are in, and makes his way over and jumps onto the ship as well. Lena, you're good enough at piloting that you can easily just power up the ship. There's no question about that one. Up aboard the ship, you immediately see on your display over there that there is a request from what is it, Corporal Ward requesting to depart from the ship, and you kind of like, you notice that from where you are, the person that's in charge of it gives authorization of the captain's commands, and all of a sudden the back of your ship, so that thing kind of goes over, magnetic drop, the thing opens up, and Lena gets control of the ship itself. Lena, your actual piloting skill is 0, so for basic things like what we just talked about, you don't have to roll. Things do get, like, you do have to roll for more things than, say, Ollie does with his skill of 1, but there are a bunch of things that you don't have to because you are skilled and you are adept in doing this stuff.
Knows how to use it. Yeah.
Yes, knows how to use it. So, Ollie, the reason why I'm doing more of their stuff is because your turns are much longer than theirs.
Exactly, I did all the things.
So you guys are able to
we wouldn't be firing right now, would we? We would be backing up, because if we fired, we'd risk destroying the shuttle.
Well, so the thing that you guys are actually doing right now, after the analysis of your own ship comes in, you guys decide we need to deploy the shuttle to get on there and finish problems. So you guys actually get your own thing. You realize that the whole nose of your ship, which is around where the bridge is genuinely a concern. If there's many blasts there, that entire front of the ship could be lost, in which case the front of the ship, which is where the bridge is for your ship, is in fact a concern. your whole area could be opens to open atmosphere. So the captain does give the commands that you guys need to get your ship as close to theirs as possible so that you can do a shuttle drop off. So like as the tongue of the ship opens up, as the hangar bay opens up, you guys are sitting there waiting for the departure for the magnetic release. Okay. And he's like, get us there as close as possible. And he's like, Rockwell, without doing something stupid, can you get us there without getting them killed?
I would like visibly tense the hand on the keyboard. Yes, sir.
And you guys start making your way forward. He says, as you have time, everybody, helmets on, be prepared. And so everybody kind of like, some people like nervously like stopping to do what they're supposed to be doing and like grabbing and throwing their helmets on and like, pressing like the little areas on their seats that make their seats kind of like become more armored and encapsulated to protect them should there be a hull breach and stuff like that. And some people kind of like, doing what they're supposed to do and kind of like go over and grab their helmet, put it on their desk as they do it. They go and they put their helmet on as they do it, and they strap everything in. They're doing it at a much more leisurely pace. You can see the different degree of skill that's inside the ship right now. The pilot of the ship is trying to get as close to that one as possible. However, to do exactly what you're planning on doing, you are going to have to go belly to belly with them one more time. They are not going to be able to survive another... they're not going to be able to survive another... hammering like they just did to you right now. They notice that you noticed their trick, so they're gonna have to do an old-fashioned belly-to-belly. You guys are not gonna shoot enough weapons to just blow up their ship. It's just not possible because you're gonna try to let people go to board. However, you do have to leave your shields a bit lower. You do have to do everything to try to defend them as much as possible. You're gonna have to make me that check like you did beforehand. And this is going to be a piloting dexterity with your +2. Now that you're aware of that's how it works with the green boxes.
Awesome.
To defend your ship as they go.
What?
Did you write +2?
I hate that.
It's
I'll
math,
never
man.
remember.
If you plus, it's I think it goes
Look,
math.
I don't like math.
Bam.
That is much better.
Oh my god, this is amazing. Lena, you have no idea how much easier he just made your job. You guys go belly to belly flying alongside the ship, and he does everything he can, dodge and weave, and at exactly the right fucking moment, he presses discharge on the what's it called? Magnetic field that's holding your transport to the Stalingrad. He lets it go, and the exact spot where he lets it go and you're able to be there, your ship can actually grab onto the movement of their ship, almost like mag grab onto their ship, and be exactly where you fucking need to. I was going to make you make a piloting roll to get to where you need to, but he literally just made it so much easier. So if it was going to be an 8, if he rolled underneath an 8, he would have failed, and you would have had a really fucking hard job doing what you're doing. If he rolled an 8 or higher, you would have had a -2. If he rolled a 10 or higher, you would have had a -1. Sorry. You would have had no minus, but you would have had to roll. He rolled a fucking 12. You don't even have to roll. Lena's just like, sweet. And she takes like their little shuttle and she's like, brrr, and you're able to just kind of like go. And the only question is, do you want a graceful landing inside the hull of their ship, or do you just want to fucking just bring it in there?
Fucking bring it in.
Okay, then you don't have to roll
Like,
anything.
we're here, bitch.
You just
Hope
go.
you have your helmets on.
You just go slamming into the hull of their ship, and you just bring the thing up. Hit the ceiling, allow your thing to kind of like flop around for a moment. The entire time, you guys like, oh, inside the shuttle getting thrown around as you then flip it over so you are belly down, landing inside of their ship. The spot where you landed into is not where a shuttle should go in and out of, but it's a transport ship, so it is an area where there's a bunch of transportation stuff. It is a hull that's meant for holding a bunch of crap. So you are in an area. You're there. You know that your helmets are on. You know your vac suit's got to be prepared, good to go. Once you guys are there, your door opens up. You're inside a ship that's blinking. Very, very bright red. It's flashing between blinking red and blinking green, which is super disorienting for humans. Like flashing between red blink, dark, green blink, dark, red blink, dark, green. You're like, whoa, this is disorienting. But it maybe isn't for Volus. Who knows? So as you guys are that opens up. What's your formation? How do you leave your little
Okay, probably before we'd start like heading out, I'd probably just grab the private by the shoulders and be like, "Private, are you any good with that rifle?"
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just follow my lead, and you'll be fine. And then, second of all, I would like to quickly get on comms with Rockwell, and ask him if he could supply us with schematics of the ship that we're now on, so that we have an idea of where we are and where we should be going.
Hold on one second, Ollie. Captain, there's an incoming hail, our signal from the ship over there. It looks like this is Carmine, and it's being sent directly to Rockwell. Should I let it through? Put it on the loudspeaker. And so all of a sudden you're connected through. What do you say?
We've made landing on the enemy ship. I would like some schematics so I know where we're going, if that's possible.
We have externals and we have damage signatures. No, I would send it all across. But
Yep.
I just say it's not the inside schematics. You know,
It's something.
you know where you are, ish.
So because of what they have right now, everything's still rather new data. It's a semi-raw data dump. It's not thrown into a super user-friendly bit of information that comes your way. So sadly, what comes on to Carmine's Omnitool is just like a whole bunch of fucking information that he can barely digest. It would take. It's not that he's an idiot. He can figure it out, but it would take him a while. But luckily, it comes through to Lena's tool, who has more algorithms and better program. She pays for apps. What comes in is all of a sudden the information that comes in through kind of starts reformatting itself and putting it into a much more user-friendly way to digest. In short, if you guys are going to be making lore checks based off of what this is, Lena's going to be making a raw check, whereas Carmine's going to be making a -2. Okay? And that's the difference between the kind of Omni tools that they have. Okay? So that does come in you guys' way, and you kind of like, got it. So using that information, what do you guys try to do?
Well, I look to Carmine and give him a nod of, you know, you're in the lead here, and I'll follow you.
Okay, my guess would be that we try to secure the bridge, because that's where they control the weapons and everything from.
Yep.
Okay.
Affirmative.
So you guys start making your way towards the bridge. So both of you guys make me your lore check with a -2 and with 0.
Intelligence attribute?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mine's just 0, yeah.
And yours is just
Correct.
flat.
Yours is a flat roll.
Ugh,
Wow. Okay.
yuck.
So
My UI is so
it's
much
not Snake
different to
Eyes though.
yours.
Yeah.
It's not how you want it.
It's luckily not Snake Eyes, so you don't have to worry about that. But the more or less, you're kind of like reading this thing and you're like, I don't know. It's telling me it's supposed to we're supposed to head back this way, but that looks like that's supposed to be the back to the engines, right? That's what we just flew up from. So you're not an idiot. So you're reading it and you're seeing like, it's telling me to go that way, but I know I just flew in past it. Like that can't be the right way. And he's looking at it. He's like, no, I got it. We're going this way. I think it's this corridor. So you guys are trying to like digest it. And actually, the private himself is also. I forgot that he can also do things. So he's looking at his and he's like, yeah, I can't make ass or tail of this shit. And so and so he just starts leading. Again, Carmine's in the lead, right? So you guys start following his leads, go where it is you're supposed to go. Now, fortunately, you are heading in the right direction. Unfortunately, you guys aren't going exactly where it was that you're supposed to. So you do make your way out of this hole, out of the area where your ship kind of crashed into. I forgot to mention this. As you guys stepped out, so as you kind of do all that, you do the communication, you get that thing, you're like, okay, let's start walking forward. As you do all that and you start to walk forward, the first person to step out, which was Carmine, he steps out and all of a sudden he's like, whoa, shit. You guys are in like 0.2 G right now. Like, it is extremely low ground. Like, as you step out, you're like, whoa, I overstepped, and it takes you like a moment to kind of like, to grab exactly where it is that you're supposed to be to get your foot, and you do eventually settle down. But oh man, this is not comfortable, and none of you guys are trained for 0G. That training comes from the N program, right? So you guys are not a part of the N program, and so you guys are like, oh shit, okay, this is some really difficult terrain to make our way through. The good news is your armor's heavy, Carmine. So you actually have a bit of an easier time than she does, because it kind of does pull you down a little bit. It affects you slightly less than it does for her, okay? So Anyways, you guys can feel that because their systems are so fucked up that you're moving a little funny. You do struggle your way to get through and find your way out of here and into the other hole area where they're going to be holding all the things that they're transporting. Getting into there, sadly, was not the correct way. And so you're looking around and have to do another schematics check to see where you're supposed to go.
Or
Oh.
Or maybe you do that next week.
Oh, don't worry, Ollie, I got you.
I'm just looking at the time.
Don't worry, Ollie, I got you.
I'm just a responsible
Don't worry,
one.
Ollie, I got you.
Okay.
Another lore check then.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't got anything else.
Perfect. Okay. So as you guys are making your way, Lena's like, no. So he's like, yeah, let's go this way. She's like, no. I finally made sense of this. And the private's like, I'm glad you did because I still can't. And she's like, we're going this way. And so you guys start making your way forward. Once again, it's a bit uncomfortable trying to make your way through here. I mean, there's like almost no gravity on this thing. And as you guys are making your way forward, one of the things you do come across along the way are a couple of Volus that are chained up in this area that are right here. So there are 3 Volus that are here and chained up on the grounds, seemingly held captive, that are kind of like semi-floating, kind of locked down, and they're kind of like moving around a bit as the ship like lurches and moves different ways because the grav field is not going to make it so as this thing continues to fly around, it moves smoothly. So you guys go running up to the Volus that are there. They are alive.
Okay, so
hostage situation is this?
It looks like it might be, but you don't
Yeah.
see any bad guys around.
No. Okay.
okay, so do we still have the link to the Stalingrad?
Yeah.
Okay, at this point I'd report in. Carmine here. We found some Volus. They appear to be chained up. Might be some sort of hostage situation.
Hearing you say this, one of the Volus goes, "Greetings, Earthclad. I need to inform you that our ship has been taken over by the Batarians."
We're aware.
Good. Well, the Batarians require a certain atmosphere that is extremely poisonous to us. So we have to provide that for them inside their suits. The concern is Batarians are very difficult to trust in the things that they do. So we have an override for their suits, if you will. Could either one of you access that panel over there?
Yes.
Good. Please, type in this code. 730 730 737. Very good. Now, could you press this symbol in the bottom right-hand corner? It looks like what you would know of as a Z. Very good.
All the while this happens, I'm just glaring at Lena like, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Is there any way that I can check if he's actually telling me shit or?
Oh, the Volus that's chained up? Absolutely. You can make a perception charisma check. Go.
Okay.
He seems to be being honest to you.
Okay.
After that, immediately afterwards, you see on the display a whole bunch of different little images pop up of like humanoid figures. Most of them, the humanoid figure is completely blacked out and there's a red box around them. Around 3, there are 2 humanoid figures that are completely green with green boxes around them, and one of them that has a couple of red spots on an otherwise yellow humanoid figure with a yellow box around it. And then immediately all of them, those 3 remaining ones start blinking red for a little while. And then after like about 30 seconds to a minute or so, they all start turn black with red boxes around them. And he goes, "Good. Would you be so kind as to release us from our shackles so we can take back control of the ship? And to tell your ship to stop blasting ours."
Okay. I gesture to Lena to free the captives and then I get back on comms. Carmine here. We've dealt with the remaining Batarians. Apparently the Volus had a kill switch of some sort.
And with that, we are going to stop this week of Mass Effect 2164. It was an amazing episode 2, lots of action in it. We got to see the way combat works full-fledged. We got to see a little bit of the way that ship-to-ship combat works. It was a lot of fun. So before we head out of here, let's tell everybody who we are. We're going to start with you, Senor Ollie. Who are you? Why do people care?
I'm Ollie, at Ollie Rant on most things, sometimes Ollie Smith Art, especially my Ollie Rant on Twitter and Twitch, because if you like me, if you like Scott, if you hate these two, you can see a D&D show run by me, starring Scott and some other people. That is going to be starting literally an hour in the future, which is why I'm like, hey Scott, are you going to wrap it up?
If you're on my
anytime
Twitch,
soon?
scroll down, press the little button that looks like Ollie's symbol. It's the little green sun star thingy on the key. That will bring
Other
you
than
there.
that,
An hour go live.
I do art streams, and I do game streams, and I get your commissions from me for your D&D characters. That's what I do.
Does it?
So, yes, come over. Come on over. Eat for an hour and then hang out. Hooey. There we go. That's me. Going back to work now.
Okay, awesome. DigiDerp or Senor Rick, who are you?
Hi, my name is Rick. I go by Derp Digital on most things. You can find me on YouTube. I do Let's Plays, currently going through Motorsport Manager, although that save is bugged again. Fun times. I'm also playing Kingdoms and Castles for a while, and I'll be dipping my toes back into XCOM 2 next week with the new DLC release that is upcoming. So that will be very exciting. I will also be streaming said XCOM over at twitch.tv/derpdigital. I aim to stream twice a week, but recently that's been kind of difficult, but I'll be getting back into that rather soon. That's pretty much it for me then.
Awesome. And who are you, Rookie Wookie?
Yes, hello, Rookie Wookiees. This here
Sorry, I didn't
is
realize you were more than
wrong.
one person.
Yeah, this is wrong. It's Rookie Wookie with 2 E's. I will be streaming relatively soon, if not next week, the week after, and I will be starting with The Walking Dead Telltale, which I have not played, so it's all raw for me.
Ooh. Actually, remind me, Rookie, is your name spelt wrong on this overlay?
Yeah, it's Rookie with 1 E, Wookie with 2 E's.
Oh, okay. We will have that fixed for next week. So starting next week, it's the correct spelling on there. Cool. All right. Anyways, thank you all. And I'm Delric. You can find me Lost Initiative, Roll For It here on Delric Master, over on Ollie's, and very soon something else. It's super secret thing that's going to be happening on Mondays. I'm so happy I finally got my NDA for it. So I can't say anything. Bye.